We've got more mail. All right, guys, we have some exciting stuff to go through. At least exciting for me, anyway. So we got a couple pieces here. I was a little too anxious, and I already opened this one and came out of this box in behind here. And but I wanted to check it to make sure I got what I was expecting. I was a little bit, wasn't quite sure. I had bid on this without some really great pictures of what was in the package. It looked like it was a good deal, but I wasn't 100% sure. So anyway, I'll go through what I bid on this and what I got. And then I also have another package here that came in just the day before, so I hung on to that. So we'll open that one today as well. I'm going to move that out of the way, and we'll move the box out of the way, and we will get started on this, and I'll tell you the whole story. So I'll be right back.
Good time is a good life. What you mean when you say you a new heights? What you mean when you play like all night? Nightlife is a highlight. I'm a fly guy, this is skyline. I don't got the time for my problems. I got the time to dissolve them. Music is my oxygen, I'm breathing, no stopping. You remember my oxygen, the music when it's dropping. Some of these vibes provided in these lines. I'm trying to design the rhyme, checking my mind. Music be described, I got ahead of my time. Beat be prescribed, cause I feed it full of lines. Money ain't nothing, you turn it into something. I'm standing for the money, make you look real funny. Put my own name in discussion, I'm a hustler. Working real hard to show you that I'm coming, So let me tell you that I'm going.
All right, so I apologize for not opening this up on camera. It came in earlier today, and the person who sent it to me was sending me some messages saying, oh, it shows that it arrived. Did it arrive all right? And I kind of wanted to make sure that what I thought I was getting. So I did open it, take a look through. I haven't done a whole lot of searching, but I have looked through to make sure what I was thinking was there, and it is. So this is great. So let's just flip it open here, and I will tell you the story. So this was one on auction. I had bid on this. The advertisement showed some pretty small pictures. You could tell obviously by the dates and so on what you were getting, more or less, but you couldn't really see the quality of the coins at all. And it was really hard to kind of totally assess what you were getting. So he had taken out some of the key pieces out of a collection that he had inherited and had been selling those off, and now he was just taking the rest of the collection and selling it as a whole. And he basically said there is about $440 of melt value in silver in this collection, and then all of the rest of this stuff. So as you can see, as I'm flipping through here, we had some large cents, some newer cents. We've got a bunch of the nickels, including a nice 1943 Tomback, which I actually didn't have one, so that's kind of cool. We got some proof-like newer quarters here as well. There's a specimen, not quarters, sorry, nickels. Specimen nickel here. So there is a really nice specimen quarter or specimen nickel. You can see the frosting on the back of it, so that's pretty awesome. And then we get into the silver. So there are 13 silver dimes, and then there's one proof-like 1969 here as well, and there are 23 silver quarters. And so there's the rest of the quarters there. And then there are 43, 2 pages of the silver quarters, plus that one page with 3 on it. And then there was 21 silver 50-cent pieces. There's one more on this page, and then the rest of them are all pretty much all proof-like. There's a couple that were in circulation, but most of them are in really, really nice shape. The rest of the 50-cent pieces. And then there was a few nickel dollars as well at the back. So not a whole lot of value there, except to me, because I don't actually have the Voyager 82. I had this one, the Confederation one, but I didn't have the Voyager one. So that's kind of cool. I'll get to add that into my collection, and the rest I'll probably sell off. And yeah, again, not a ton of value. Like maybe you could get a couple bucks, $2-3 for one of these nickel dollars if you're lucky. But they're at least worth $1 if nothing else. Same thing with the 50-cent pieces, although some of them are proof-like, so you could probably get a premium on those. So anyway, he wanted $440, or he had started the bidding at $425, and had said there's about $440 worth of silver in here at spot at the time I bought this. I worked it out. We were right about the same. We came out to the same number. And I ended up paying $442 for the entire collection. So I basically got all of the silver for spot, and everything else was free. So the nickel loonie, or sorry, the nickel dollars, the nickel 50-cent pieces, all the pennies, the large date pennies that are here in the front. And I'll just let you kind of go through and see those. And they're all in decent shape. Like they're all, G, maybe VGs. Some of them you can kind of see the jewels in the bands on the or on the band of the crown. You can see there's some prices on here, whether they're accurate or not. But yeah, like I see these and these date ranges and these kind of conditions go anywhere from $1 to $4 each. Some of them maybe even as high as 6 or 7, depending on, plus shipping quite often. Depending on the condition of the actual coin. So, average condition, kind of GVG sort of thing. Yeah, you should be able to get $3-4 for most of these. Same thing with some of the earlier pennies. They may be $1 or $2. We got some nice proof-like ones. I'll take a look through my book, see if they replace anything that's in my book. And then the nickels, going back to 1927, so there's some decent nickels there, and that Tomback, which I didn't have, and then again some really nice ones for the modern nickels here as well. So that's great. That's just all added bonus. And then of course some of the silver is really not worth melt, right? Like there's these 1914 through the 1920. These are sterling silver, and they're worth more than just melt prices. The conditions are decent, again kind of G to VG for the most part. And yeah, I would say a lot of these 6 up here probably could sell for $6, $4, somewhere in there, maybe a bit more, depending on the condition. And melt is about $2.20 at this point. So that's good. That's a win. And then the same thing with the quarters. Like some of these early quarters, I would say most of these top 8 up here, you could probably get anywhere from 6 to 12, maybe even as much as 15, depending on the condition on most of these. So somewhere in that range, condition being obviously a factor. So when melt price on these is somewhere around under $5, I think. So yeah, so that's a win. As far as I'm concerned. What a great set I've got. So I'll go through all this, add that to my collection. I'll either replace the stuff that I have that this improves, or I will throw it into my silver stack, and some of it I might actually even resell depending on the situation. So yeah, so that is my latest addition to my silver stack and to my collection. So hopefully you guys found that interesting. I am going to have some fun going through this stuff for sure. All right, so that's it. That's the big part of the collection. And then I have another one here that I actually don't even know what's in it. I actually have picked up a few lots from the gentleman that I got from this package from. And so I'm not quite sure which lot that is from. So I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to try and do it one-handed. So we'll see how this all goes here. Try not to cut myself with my handy dandy knife. And let's change hands. All right. Feels like it's empty. My guess is these are either 50-cent pieces, so more 50-cent pieces from what I had before, or from what I just got. So they may end up being duplicates. Probably bid on. Well, I couldn't really control what I got in this other, and it was such a good deal, I had to get it no matter what. So these are either 50-cent pieces or actually the large pennies would be my guess. Let's get in here and see. And got it stapled in, and it's both. Looks like that's it. So what did I get here? I got a 1950, 1942, and a 1941 half, 80% silver there, and then I got a 1882 large penny. So that is obviously not a duplicate of what I got in that other set, and I didn't have one. I don't think I have any large pennies before 1900. I have to double check my collection, but that might be the first one. So So not bad shape for an 1882. And I forget what I paid for these. I'd have to go look them up. I kind of wasn't prepared for that. So, but yeah, so definitely, if nothing else, adding to the stack, and I will go through my collection, see what improves what, and the rest of it will become part of the silver stack. So pretty short video this time around, but thought you guys might appreciate this and enjoy going through what I picked up. I'm definitely happy about both these deals. These here, I think I paid $8 a piece for them, and I think I got this one for $1, if you can believe it. Like, that's ridiculous that I picked that up for $1. So, and then, you know, of course, he had some shipping. I think he was asking for $2 for shipping. So I think I ended up paying $4 or $5 for the shipping for the 4 coins all total. So, so yeah, so that's cheap, well below the spot price, really, and or at least right at spot for the silver. So yeah, that's great. All right, guys, thank you very much for joining me, and hopefully you enjoyed this as much as I did. Peace out. We will talk to you again on the next video. Take care.